Good morning, guys. Right, it is Saturday. Just come back from shopping, out nice and early, get it all over and done with. So I'm going to run through my shopping haul with you. So ALDI, can't remember off the top of my head, I think it was just shy of £80, 79 something, 78. If I've come across the receipt in here as we go, I'll let you know. But it's just a really basic shop this week. We go away in a couple of weeks, so I'm sort of trying to run the freezer down, use up what I've got. I don't like to go away with a full freezer. I'll sort of try and get rid of as much as possible and then do a nice big shop when we come back. Right, so let's start off with some basics. So 4 pints of milk. I've still got one in the fridge, so I just got the one this week. I most likely will need to pop out in the week and get some more. So that. Right, protein yogurts. Now, I don't buy a lot of protein products in that sense, but I do think the yogurts are actually worth it. I mean, the ALDI one's got 25 grams of protein in them, which is huge. But you get them from anywhere between 15 and 25. But I do think they're worth it. I think there's a lot of products that I got 8 actually. No, I didn't. I got 6. So I do think there's a lot of products that are labelled as high protein. I'm like, no shit, Sherlock. They're made of chicken or beef. Of course they're high protein. I do think things like yogurts, some of the puddings as well. So if you've got a sweet tooth, I don't tend to get the puddings. But if you do have a sweet tooth, they've got a lot of chocolate puddings that have got like 20% in them. So they're nice as a treat or a finish off the day. But like I said, just be wary. I mean, things like protein pancakes. If you buy pancakes normally, then add in protein, brilliant. But if you don't buy them on a regular basis, then why buy them just because they've got added protein in? I make my own pancake batter and I just add a couple of scoops of my protein powder to it. Works fine, and exactly the same product. So I just think about it a little bit more. But things like chicken skewers that are advertised as high protein, they're chicken, of course they are. There's no added protein. They are just protein. So anyway, rant over. Greek yogurt, 0%. I've really sort of got into it. I think with the weather changing, yogurt and fruit in the morning for me is my absolute go-to breakfast. And I've also, my new favourite is we've got a big patch of rhubarb in the garden. So I've been stewing rhubarb for the last week and a half. So I do a big tub of it, keep it in the fridge, and I use it as my fruit to go with my yogurt. So I've had to put a little bit of sugar in it because I didn't have granulated sweetener. I've corrected that today shopping. So another tub of yogurt. Normally I would just get the one, but I thought I'm going to get 2 this time. Okay, so just a family pack of ham, pack of 14, just sandwiches, wraps throughout the week. Chicken sausages. Really finding these different. Usually have normal pork sausages, but I am liking the fact that there's something a bit different. Battered cod. I've always got a pack in the freezer. We do have it maybe once a week. Sort of like Friday treat. I'll do fish and chips. Pack of salmon. Now I absolutely adore salmon. And prior to all the prices going bonkers, I would have a piece like this size for myself. I'd buy the double pack, and that used to cost about £4 or £5. It was under a £5. Now it's like £8, and I just can't justify it. But I do decide this week, because I'm not buying chicken this week, because I think we've overdone the chicken a little bit. Plus I've still got some in the freezer. So I thought different. I'll get a small piece of salmon. So looking forward to that. I do like the salmon. A couple of ham and cheese slices for my son, and then a pack of bacon, bacon sandwiches throughout the week. Right, next let's do the fruit and veg. Again, haven't brought a huge amount this week. I've got lettuce that I've been growing myself in the greenhouse, so that's being used. I think I'm on the last one now. I'm waiting for some more. But again, I've kept it down to a minimum. I do have some fruit and veg still left in the salad drawer, so it needs using up. So I've got a pack of broccoli, which is again a go-to staple, and another pack. So that goes pretty much with every meal. So one purple and one tender stem. Pack of grapes. Now I don't tend to have these. My son tends to have these. I might have the odd one, but I do find them. No, I'm just not a fan of grapes. Pack of tomatoes. Just a pack of 6 salad tomatoes again to go with the sandwiches. Pack of strawberries. For some reason I'm not centered today. I've got me propped up. My gimbal decided that its batteries had run out, so you're propped up on the side at the moment, so I'm a little skew if, sorry. Alright, pack of strawberries, just the wonky ones. That again, I'll just cut them up and put them with my yoghurt in the morning. Pack of pears. I do try and eat a pear every day, just to add a little bit more fibre to my diet. I am quite low on fibre, I think, so the rhubarb's really helping. Pears, definitely. ALDI had got bananas on special. Again, they were on the end bit, so they'd got the pears, bananas, and some asparagus that I got. There we go. All on special, so worth a pop in for your fruit and veg. So bananas, again, I tend to have them maybe a couple of times a week. I might have one before I go to the gym if I haven't eaten for a while. But again, my son likes bananas. And a small pack of asparagus. There's not a huge amount in here. They're very tiny, but they are the British ones, so it's finally coming out. Right, that's pretty much it for fruit and veg. So store cupboard and random bits. Right, bear with me while I clear myself a bit of space. Okay, right. Loo roll. Just a pack full loo roll. Standard staple for the house. Some brown cobs, baps. We'll use a couple of these in the week and the other couple will go in the freezer. Tend to have burgers once a week. Sometimes they're homemade, sometimes they're pre-frozen ones. It's just mincemeat at the end of the day. I do tend to buy the 100% ones and the low fat. Bag of mixed nuts. Now I have these on my breakfast, my yogurt in the morning. I'll sprinkle a few grams of nuts on. I do weigh these because they are highly calorific, but again, good fibre, good fats, tiny bit of protein. There's not a huge amount of protein because of the volume that you can eat, but a good addition to the yogurt breakfasts. There are some more of those somewhere as I come across them. Right, wraps, again, lunchtime stable, ham wrap, salad. Right, some naughties. These are my son's, not for me. Beer, chocolate bar. Now don't get me wrong, I may have one of these. They're just the Twix dupes. I haven't got my glasses on, so I can't give you the calories, but I think they're like around 100 for a bar. So if you really have a sweet tooth and you have to have a bit of a fix. So a dozen eggs. Now we do get quite a lot of eggs. Tend to do omelettes or to have egg and bacon. So we do tend to get through at least a dozen between us. Big pack of potatoes. I don't shy away from carbs, even though I am diabetic. I'm just very wary of what carbs I'm having. Yes, there's bread products here, but I won't double up. So if I've had a wrap for my lunch, pretty much that'll be the only carbs that I'm having for that day. Same, if I haven't had carbs, say I've had a salad and my yogurt for my breakfast, then I may have chips or a baked potato or some form of potato. I do try and keep my carbs as whole as they can be. So potatoes is my definite go-to, and whole grain rice. I do try and stay away from the bread products or limit them as much as I can throughout the day. But ultimately, I like carbs, and it's just, you know, it's just about balancing it. Right, shower gel, just a small one to take away on holiday, because we have the big 500s, I think they are, of sauce. So this is just the ALDI dupe. It's the coconut one, coconut and shea butter. But it's a small one, so we can take it away with us. Just a deodorant. I'm ready to replace my deodorant. Disinfectant. I say standard householdy stuff, I'm afraid. So everything boring. Some bin bags. Although we're in Birmingham and I'm storing up bin bags at the moment. So if you're all aware of the news and the bin men being on strike, it's a little difficult. Although saying that, touch wood, ours are being emptied on a reasonably regular basis, so it's not so bad. Recycling hasn't been done since January, I believe. So I am storing cardboard up at the moment because I've just got nowhere to put it. But my problem. Okay, some just sweeteners to go in drinks. I tend to just drink black coffee without sweetener. But occasionally I do like to have a proper full coffee, and I'll have a sweetener in that then. Bizarre, because black coffee is so bitter. Yeah, if I have it with milk, I'll put a sweetener in it. Who knows? Right, last bag. So it wasn't a huge shop this week. So a couple of packs of their Mega Puffs, again for my son. And biscuits that he's just going to have to go and hide, so they can go up in his room somewhere out of my way. Some granulated sweetener. I said when I did the rhubarb in the week, I had to use sugar, and I didn't have any other form of sweetener. And if you've ever had rhubarb raw or stewed but without sugar, it is sour. I don't have a huge amount, so I sweeten it slightly. You know, but for most people, I would say my taste is actually quite bitter. So you'd need. So I thought I'll get some granulated, and then the next batch that I do, I can stick some sweetener in. Okay, so another packet of the mixed nuts, and also if I can find it. Okay, also a pack of Brazil nuts. So what I tend to do is I put a pack of the mixed and the Brazil nuts all into a tub, mix them all up. I just like Brazil nuts, so I have extra. And they've got psyllium in it, I believe. So a good micronutrient. So I tend to do that. So I mix them up in a tub. Then that way they're there. I can just grab a handful to put onto my breakfast. I did used to weigh them, and now I guesstimate. But I've got a rough idea really how much. I tend to have about 20 grams. Okay, so staple whole grain rice, and also this one is whole grain, wild and red rice. So that's a little different, but again, staple for us. Then another thing that's going to have to be hidden, packet of chocolate biscuits, not for me. Paracetamol and Brufen, again to take away on holiday, but pretty much every time I'm in ALDI, I'll pick up a pack of each, because they're just dirt cheap. So you can never have too many. Okay, I got myself some honey. Now I know that that's just pure sugar, and it will need to be weighed out, but it's just again a little bit extra to add to the rhubarb when I actually do my yoghurt pot. So I can just put a small drizzle of honey over it. So that will need to be weighed out. Jar of tartar sauce, because we've just run out. Then a 2 litre bottle of their Coke Zero equivalent. We've usually got a couple of bottles of that on the go at any time, just in case. Treats for the cat. Not that you needed to know that one. A toothpaste, which again I've bought specifically for the holiday because I go away with my son, so we just want stuff that we can share. He's got his own bathroom, his own toothpaste, and you know, with me, but we don't want to take two, so just a new one to take away with us. A pack of peppercorns because I've run out of those. And then finally, again, not for me, but a pack of beer for the lad. So that's it. Not a huge shop this week. Like I said, I am trying to be mindful of what I've already got in so that we can use things up. It may be that I will have to nip out midweek to pick something up because I've been stingy today. But yeah, that's pretty much the shopping from ALDI. Hopefully I won't need to do a top up, but I will be popping into Asda in the week, so if I do, I'll follow that one up for you. Right, I suppose I'm going to get this lot put away, and then time for me to get some breakfast, I think. So